we've had some terrific women leaders in tech who've been on the show in the past, and we've shared what a struggle it is for women in this space and how there's almost this idea that it's cheating to use AI in a lot of instances. So I'd love if you could share your thoughts on that.
Sure. I say don't be intimidated. Like I mentioned earlier, nobody is an expert. We are all learning. Start small. Find a project that you want help or you want to do it faster, and then use AI and see how it goes, and then maybe expand. So start in something super small and then gradually scale. And back to your comment that you made, Mike, on they feel like they're cheating. No, it's just helping us do our job faster. It's serving us like a virtual assistant in a way, or like a data scientist, or like a copywriter. And if you're not doing, somebody else is doing and is going to ahead of you. So you better as well do it. Always have that your voice, have that personal human touch and not completely AI. But I encourage all the women leaders to start small, measure, see the impact, and at the end lead with a confidence, because nobody is knowing everything. So as long as you're trying and you're starting to implement it small, I think that's the most important.
Mike's got the hat, the AI kind. Unlocking power in business you'll find. Cut through the hype, explore the tech. Every week new ideas to check. All 10 leads us on a digital quest. AI secrets he'll always invest. Tune in tight, don't miss a beat. Knowledge groove, keep you on your feet. Listen up to the AI flow. Business growth, here we go. Cutting edge insights, that's the plan. With the AI hat, you'll understand.
Greetings, program. Welcome back to the AI Hat podcast, where I selfishly use this time to pick the brains of experts at harnessing the power of AI across all areas of business, from streamlining operations and boosting productivity to gaining a competitive edge and driving explosive growth. Oh, and you get to learn too. Subscribe to be shown how to prepare yourself and your brand for this AI revolution and come out ahead. Have you ever wondered, though, how the world's largest professional network approaches artificial intelligence in their marketing? We all see the innovations and the changes happening on LinkedIn's platform, but what's happening behind the scenes? How are they actually implementing AI in their marketing strategies, and what can we learn from their approach? The truth is, most businesses are struggling to effectively integrate AI into their marketing operations. They're either overwhelmed by the possibilities, unsure where to start, or concerned about maintaining authenticity while leveraging automation. And with the stakes getting higher every day, the pressure to get it right is immense. That's why I'm thrilled to welcome today's guest, Hava Maloku, Senior Digital Marketing Manager at LinkedIn. With over 15 years of experience in digital marketing in a front row seat to AI implementation at one of the world's most influential tech companies, Hava brings unique insights into how enterprises can successfully leverage AI in their marketing strategies. She's also a respected voice in the AI leadership space, recently speaking at the AI Leadership Workshop, Voices of Change, about combining technical excellence with strategic vision. Hey, Hava, welcome to the show.
Hi, Mike. Thank you. And it's a pleasure to be here.
We are so glad to have you. LinkedIn is one of our favorite social networks. I've been a fan and a user and a partner for so many years. But before we dive into LinkedIn strategy, can you share your journey into AI marketing and what excited you most about the potential of AI?
I've always been a person that liked technology, Mike. Back in school, when I was an undergrad, I did an IT minor, and I had a chance to build my first landing page using HTML web design. And I was just impressed at what a couple of lines of code could do and the results it could produce. I will admit I was never a coding expert. I was a little bit impatient when it came to debugging and hunting down any missing semicolon. So even though I loved technology, I didn't necessarily spend a ton of time developing in that area as an engineer. So I went into the business and the marketing direction. However, always had that soft heart for technology. And that's why I ended up working in the tech space on the marketing field. And as far as my first interaction with AI and how I first heard about it, it's at the beginning, it was more like, oh, it's just a new trend and it requires deep engineering expertise to truly understand it. I actually never imagined that it will revolutionize how we approach marketing, and not only marketing, business as a whole. So for me, it was just something that's going to happen in the future, and never really thought it's going to happen at such a fast pace and so many people will adopt it. I see it more a similar trend as internet, like when internet came on and everybody didn't think much of it until it completely revolutionized the way we do work, the way we communicate. I feel the same with AI. It's going to revolutionize, and it is already, but even more, because I think we're just tapping the water right now. There's so much potential, so much more that we are learning and implementing in every industry, in every possible line of work. For me, what excites me the most outside of marketing, I'm going to mention a couple of lines, and then in the marketing itself. Outside of marketing is the personalized learning. I've always been a person that loved learning. I have a doctorate for that matter, because I've always loved school and learning and improving myself. And now I'm learning a new language. So AI is just an incredible personal tutor for me while I learn the language. It helps me conjugate verbs. I just say, hey, conjugate me this verb, or like simulate this conversation with me. So a personal tutor for free, and then creating me a study plan that I can use to go with my pace. So that for me, like the way it's revolutionized the way we learn, it's amazing. The second one is healthcare. Of course, we all care about our health, and from diagnosing the disease to assisting the drug development, AI is transforming this field completely. And then third, again, another area that I really like and really a big believer is the environmental impact. I was actually part of the conference in the summer where I got a chance to meet one of the founders of this small startup. They have created these models for sustainable deforestation. So what they're doing is creating the drones, and then in Brazil, they are using drones to monitor rainforest. And as soon as somebody cuts a tree, it's gonna alert the authorities. They will go and immediately like find the person that is cutting. And this has immensely helped the nature and the deforestation. I think this is really huge, especially with climate change and everything that's going around the world. So this like three areas for me that are dear to my heart that I think it's revolutionizing completely with AI. As far as marketing, something that I do day to day, what I'm really excited and what I see that change is the personalization, the hyper personalization. For somebody that's been marketing so long, all we do like every day, day to day, is testing, A/B testing. We have this one variation, and then we add another one. And sometimes we go to 5, maximum 10, because, oh, well, it's so hard to come up with variations, so hard to implement all of them in a system and find ways to monitor them to make sure they are driving the stat sig results. But with AI, we have the potential to create hundreds of unique combinations that you can see immediately in the real time, and they get real time feedback on what's working the best. And then on top of that, serving each user the best personalized combination. This to me is like revolutionizing completely the way we're doing marketing and the way we're approaching data. Second is, it goes hand in hand with personalization, just the real time insights. We can immediately analyze massive data sets. And it's just helping us become more agile and giving us insights that we need in a really fast way possible. Third is that creative synergy. I know a lot of people will say, oh, AI is going to replace creativity. No, it won't. It will just enhance it. We are still, it's coming from the humans, that creative part. We're just using AI to just considering some other variations that maybe we would have not thought ourselves. And then lastly, another thing that I'm super excited about is the potential to expand accessibility. I know a lot of people work in smaller companies or have their own startups, and they don't have the budget to create these amazing tools that maybe big companies like LinkedIn or Microsoft or Facebook is setting up. So by using AI, they can, with their limited budget, they can still get the tools needed to run those analysis, to run that hyper-personalized variation, or use for anything and everything, just like a big corporation. So for me, these are like the top trends that I'm really excited about, that AI is revolutionizing in marketing, and I see even more change as we go.
Okay, so first of all, I too got my start as a computer science student and a programmer. And when you started talking about spending hours searching for a missing semicolon, I was very triggered, because that's why I'm not in computer science either anymore. I don't have that kind of patience, and I've totally been there. But as to the rest of what you said, I could not agree more. I've said before, we're at our fourth industrial revolution, and it continues to not surprise, but interest me that so many people still aren't seeing it, and they still are treating AI like it's an optional tool, like it's augmented reality or Bitcoin or some social platform that we can ignore, Clubhouse, because I don't, that's not my thing. And obviously it's very different. So I appreciated all the points that you made about how AI is impacting not just marketing, but so many other areas of society. It's
I
fascinating.
love that, Mike, that you've added, because it's not just a trend in the passing.
Yeah.
It's here to stay, and it's here to revolutionize the way we do work, the way we approach anything, really. And the faster we learn the potential that it has, the better we are at the job that we do, or at the future jobs, because it's going to open doors for so many more jobs that are going to be created. And so the faster we jump into this train, the better. And definitely it won't necessarily replace us, but a person, you've heard this, a person that knows AI will replace us if you don't know the AI.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about your work. And like I said at the outset, you're working at LinkedIn. And as much as you're aware, what would you say LinkedIn's initial approach was to incorporating AI into its marketing strategy, or your approach to incorporating AI? And how would you say that's evolved over time?
It's a great question. LinkedIn is a pioneer when it comes to AI adoption. It immediately jumped into the trend and quickly integrated into the marketing strategy to boost both the engagement in the platform, but then also refine the ad targeting for all the advertisers that are part of LinkedIn. So initially, what LinkedIn did was leverage the vast professional network that it has to create more of a personalized content recommendation. That being connection suggestions that you've seen, like, oh, you might connect to this person, or job listings, or even more content that you will see. Because I feel like the content creation on LinkedIn started hand in hand with AI. Before, LinkedIn was known more of a platform for jobs, where you can find a job, apply for a job, or like a recruiter can find you. But other than that, people were not spending time on LinkedIn as a place that you can learn a lot, get a lot of information, and learn from influencers and experts. And that changed. And I feel like it's at the same time with AI, because AI made it possible for LinkedIn to go into this more of creation mode and create all this content that was just amazing. And I'm going to mention that maybe later in some of the examples, but just overall, as far as like the initial things, just using the platform, using the professional network to create more personalized recommendations, being that job listings or member connections or just anything like create content. Second is the enhanced ad targeting that worked on by improving ad targeting capabilities, enabling advertisers to reach a specific audience that they are interested in, and that be their skills or job titles or industries. And then lastly is this content discovery, which I believe like I said, it has evolutionized over time, but it was at the start of the AI where people were starting to post more and finding LinkedIn very helpful with everything that they were seeing and being very much impacted by the results that they were seeing. So as far as like evolution afterwards, this was at the initial stages. LinkedIn has jumped into building all these sophisticated insights and a sophisticated way to analyze the data. So the first one I would mention is the campaign manager, which is used again for advertisers. And it just gives advertisers a detailed analytical and insights to optimize their campaigns over time. So this was done because of AI. Other things is like the conversational replies that we see. And I know this might be small, but at the same time, it's driving a lot of messaging features and it's just facilitating a lot of meaningful member communication. And then another thing is like the learning courses, because LinkedIn is a platform also that has a lot of courses and classes. And so it's recommending users different learning courses based on recommendation, based on their profile, based on the data across, just analyzing across the platform. LinkedIn has the advantage because it has all the data that maybe like some smaller companies won't have that. With billion members on the platform, you have so much data that you can leverage and build sophisticated predictive analytics to help the users in many ways possible, just the ways that they want to be engaged, either be job posting or just connecting or just writing or even maybe as an advertiser. So wherever you are in the stage, there is a tool that you can use to help. So predictive analytics is my favorite part because it definitely anticipates like what are the trends, what are the member engagement trends, and then propose and adjust the content delivery to you as the member.
I love that too, because to your point, there's so much data. It's so much easier for AI to do the analysis. And when we're specifically talking about things like ad campaigns, more often than not, we're talking about businesses. They're not trained to do that. They don't have experience doing that. They know they need to spend some money to reach a target audience. And often they're just throwing money away because they're not doing great campaigns. They're doing mediocre campaigns. So having those kinds of tools built in are amazing. Can you walk us through one or two specific AI marketing initiatives that at LinkedIn you found particularly successful?
There are plenty that I can mention, but because of the time limit, I'm going to mention just 3 for this podcast. So the first one, that's one of my favorites, is the collaborative articles. I don't know if you've seen, Mike, but just with the AI, using AI, we've started unlocking community knowledge in a whole new way. And it started with these articles that were published by AI and they written by AI in so many industries. And they were done like so many topics, and within that topic, even subtopics, so fast that it helped members to engage as well. So now because if it wouldn't be interesting if it was just some articles that were produced by AI, but the way LinkedIn did it is inviting also experts and members like you and me to go and comment on these articles. And when they comment, like ask specific questions from their experience, from their expertise that they can add. And it can be something like on personal development. What do you think are the best systems to manage your time better? And you as an expert can go in and add a couple of different things that worked for you. And adding that human touch just was so impactful because it made this possible, the collaboration between members and the experts. And it just took that content creation to a whole new level. On top of that, to make these experts and people that were actually adding answers, it was giving, based on, of course, the likes that you got and based on how popular your answer was, it was giving the badges, so like top personal development voice or top AI voice or top marketing voice. And in a way, you were incentivized to go and answer more questions on these articles and also serving your your community, but at the same time, you got something in return. It wasn't just a one-way street. So for me, this was a fabulous use of AI and an initiative that brought so much for LinkedIn, so much, and it's just completely changed the game as far as content creation, as far as collaboration, but also making people stay on the platform longer. Because like I said at the beginning, LinkedIn was just a place where you go apply for a job, and once you get the job, you're done and you leave and you don't really go on every day. But now people would go regularly to check, okay, this is a cool answer on that article. I want to read about that article. So they would go spend more time and exploring the platform, but at the same time reading and getting informed. So this was my favorite. Second, I'm going to mention one example on something that I personally worked on because I work on premium. I support premium for LinkedIn. And so and it's right now just for premium members, but hopefully in the future, this will change. But for premium members, we're using AI to build their about section and headline section. So what does AI do is, it goes through the whole profile and then just provides you with a very amazing headline for your profile, and then also about section that you don't have to spend so much time trying to figure out to come up with. And it really does a good job by just using the permission that you have on the site and providing that. So it's just making that profile completion really fast and good. Additionally, if you are a premium member and you want to post online, it immediately, like there is like you just say, use AI to improve my post. It automatically improves your post. So this is my favorite because I worked on it, but the first one definitely had a larger impact because it touched so many people. And then last one I would say, and it just was implemented recently, is the job match feature. I know, Mike, especially for people that are just either graduating from school, like college, or are changing jobs that are still new in their career, it's really difficult to get a job. And it takes hundreds of applications before they land in a job. Now, they don't have to apply to hundreds of jobs. They can go and use this tool with Job Match, where each member will be matched to a job. Not just one, can be a couple, but it will match. The tool will automatically match based on your skills, based on your interests, and it will match immediately. Instead of applying for 100 jobs, maybe you can apply to 10 jobs that you are more likely to get. And if you are a premium member, then you get a match score, but then you also get a chance for being a top applicant and getting a little bit more information about where you stand with the rest of people that are applying. Are you in top 20%, top 5%, or top 50 or higher? It just shows you exactly where you stand. So these are the three. I mean, like I said, there are plenty in every business, but these for me are dear to my heart.
I love the AI-assisted headline and about tools. I used AI to help craft my own headlines and abouts, but I was using a separate tool, right? And then going back and forth and copying and pasting. So definitely need to check that out. Folks, we're talking with Hava Maloku about our favorite social media platform and how they're incorporating AI. And I've got 7 more questions you're not going to want to miss. But first, a quick word from our sponsor. This episode of AI for Business Leaders, the AI Hat podcast, is brought to you by Magi. Tired of juggling multiple AI subscriptions and trying to figure out which tool to use and when? Magi simplifies AI for businesses by offering access to all the leading language models and image and video generators for one low price. With Magi, you can create custom instructions to personalize AI for every business need and use them across all LLMs, including ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, and even DeepSeek. No more building custom GPTs or gems that are limited to just one platform. Magi also lets you create customized workspaces for your entire team, giving everyone in your organization access to the same AI assistants and tools and prompts. Ready to streamline your AI workflow and empower your team? Tap the link in the show notes to visit Magi today to learn more. And now, back to the rest of today's episode. So Hava, as we've intimated, there's just so much going on with AI. There's so much going on in and around LinkedIn and so many developments in the industry. How do you ensure that you and your team stay current with AI marketing capabilities while still maintaining your focus on basic core marketing principles?
Great question. I personally, I'm a big believer in learning and upscaling, and I feel I'm in the right place with LinkedIn because they are also a big believer in always learning and upskilling yourself. So we have a weekly meeting, Mike, where we talk specifically about AI and tools that we are using and what's working, what's not working. Then part of these meetings, we have a focused workshop that we do. And I think that what works best is just dedicating AI champion people within the team. So, for example, if I am a data expert and I do really well with data and how I'm using some tools in AI to just get information from this data and just manage this data-driven insights, then I will share with the team how I'm doing that, what's working for me, what's not working for me, and what the tools I'm finding to be more useful. So we're dedicated AI champions within the team. Additionally, we're always leveraging industry resources just to like newsletters. We subscribe to newsletters and blogs and conferences and that we go because nobody is right now an expert. If you think
Right.
nobody is expert. So all of us are learning in a way. So if you stay current with the trends, with the tools and try, I think the best would be just to try. Go out and try and see what works for you because yes, there are so many out there, but maybe you need something specific. Try if it's working, try for a couple of days, try a different one and see what works best. Talk to people. And the best is also share that knowledge. This platform is a great place where we're sharing the knowledge, what's working for our teams. Additionally, like for our team, what's working is creating an AI toolkit where we are just adding like different tools that we're using. And so it's enabling consistency while reducing the time to spend on finding a tool. And the other one thing that we do as a team is to encourage cross-discipline collaboration by fostering collaboration between marketers and data analysts and technologists, because I feel like AI is changing now. Nobody from an expert in this field to more of a generalist. Now, even if you are like, I'm not necessarily a data scientist, but I could be if I use AI. I'm not a best copywriter, but I could be because I can use AI. So I feel like encouraging this cross-discipline collaboration between different teams helps. And then at the end, I think the main one is measure your key metrics. So what's driving? Is that tool really helping you? Like if you are in a team where you need to put a lot of briefs together and you can use AI, but maybe you share with the team like a prompt that is helping you to create those briefs or to create that presentation that you're working on. So how is that helping the team? What is the percentage of time that is saving? So measuring that is really helpful to understand really how much of an impact is AI having.
Those are great approaches. I particularly love that you're meeting with your team every single week to talk through some of the past week's learnings and discoveries and that sort of thing. Do you guys have like an AI policy document or something that kind of lets employees know what they can and should not be doing when it comes to AI?
Yep, of course. Because at the end, it's like we have to be ethical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Terrific advice. Speaking of advice, I'd love if you could share any advice that you might have for women marketing leaders who are just beginning to implement AI in their strategies. We've had some terrific women leaders in tech who've been on the show in the past, and we've shared what a struggle it is for women in this space and how there's almost this idea that it's cheating to use AI in a lot of instances. So I'd love if you could share your thoughts on that, because we're almost out of time. I want to make sure that you share that perspective.
Sure. I say don't be intimidated. Like I mentioned earlier, nobody is an expert. We are all learning. Start small. Find a project that you want help or you want to do it faster, and then use AI and see how it goes, and then maybe expand. So start in something super small and then gradually scale. Invest in learning. Right now, if you go and find a course, there aren't many courses on AI. Yes, there are some, but they aren't a ton, like maybe for another topic that has been for a while, like project management, that has been around for a while. So if you don't want to spend the time trying and error, like trial and error, go and get a course and pay for that course and learn something really quickly. Learn from people that have been doing for like the last couple of months, have learned something. Try and educate yourself there. And then the other thing is to build that strong team that includes diverse team with data scientists and marketers, and also some of them that know a bit about AI, or like I said, it's not an AI expert, but a well-rounded person that can be part of the team, that can help the team as well. Prioritize data quality. I couldn't emphasize this enough, because we think that AI is just going to produce for us some really quality data, but that won't happen automatically. You have to input quality data to get back quality data. So we cannot just expect on the first iteration to ask AI to do something and just to give us that final draft. It just won't happen. You have to go into multiple phases and you have to input that quality data. And back to your comment that you made, Mike, on do they feel like they're cheating? No, it's just helping us do our job faster. It's serving us like a virtual assistant in a way, or like a data scientist, or like a copywriter. And if you're not doing, somebody else is doing and is going to help you. So you better as well do it. Always have that your voice, have that personal human touch, and not completely AI. But I encourage all the women leaders to start small, measure, see the impact, and at the end lead with a confidence, because nobody is knowing everything. So as long as you're trying and you're starting to implement it small, I think that's the most important.
Hava, thank you. This has been so fascinating. I love that you shared both what LinkedIn is doing in the platform with AI, but also how you guys are approaching AI, and you had so many terrific pieces of advice for women and anybody who's wanting to do more with AI in their roles, in their respective businesses. For folks who want to reach out, maybe they got more questions for you, or they'd love to connect, where should they go?
LinkedIn is the place. So yeah, my first name, last name, you'll see me.
Terrific. We will have Hava's links in the show notes, everything we talked about today. Thank you, Hava. Thank you, all of you who've paid attention and listened to this. But if this is your first foray to the world of AI in business, I've got the perfect resource for you in the show notes below, the AI Primer, designed to quickly get you up to speed on terms, tactics, and the underlying technology that's powering this AI revolution. Check it out, and I'll see you in our next episode. That's a wrap on another episode of the AI Hat Podcast. I hope you gained some valuable insights and actionable strategies to boost your business with AI. If you enjoyed this show, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your network. And don't forget to visit theaihat.com for more resources and to connect with me. Until next time, keep innovating, and remember, the future of business is human and it's powered by AI.
You may know you're listening to this show along the Marketing Podcast Network, but did you know there are other great shows on MPN to help your business? Henneke Watkins-Porter hosts The Entrepreneurial You, empowering entrepreneurs with insights on leadership, business, and success. Henneke, tell listeners what to expect from your show.
So we provide innovative business strategies and practical solutions to common entrepreneurial challenges.
And where can people subscribe?
Find us at HennekeWatkins-Porter.com, as well as the Marketing Podcast Network at marketingpodcasts.net, or search for it wherever you get your podcasts.
You heard her. Go subscribe. This podcast is heard along the Marketing Podcast Network. For more great marketing podcasts, visit marketingpodcasts.net.